Hello everyone. I thought I could show you my channel and make a quick or introductory, whatever it's called, to introduce myself. As seen by my community posts, I am a child of God. I believe in Jesus, and I put my whole thing about Philippians 4:13, for I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Uh, as you can, as you can see, I've posted videos already. My first video was 3 weeks ago on April 24th, March 24th. But this storm was actually taken on March 22nd because YouTube, for some reason, didn't like me as an account on here. So I used my real account in order to post. Earlier this month, I tried to start an updates for areas that I surround. And as you can see, it didn't really do well. It's more of my chaser videos that does well. There was a tornado watch for my area on March 26th. And that is the only tornado watch we have gotten. We haven't had a tornado warning yet, but I'm staying cautious for that. Now, what I didn't know about radar is if any of these things start hooking, which it did, there was a nadir. Alright, and as we can see, this is a video I posted of my cat. It's 1 minute long. It talks about how my cat loves the birds. Then we got this Camden crushing video. This is a pretty classic one. 5 years ago. I watched that when I was probably 11, maybe 10. This is my cat Willow. I had to cut the video off because my mother came in there. ChasersX, another ChasersX episode, which is more popular than these other videos. And as we can see, the most popular one is Mother Nature Came For Me. I make a dumb joke in the beginning. This storm actually had hail, but I didn't record it. Mother Nature basically came for me, and I cracked a joke that was probably, in my case, not funny. And probably won't be funny for you. But if it's funny for you, cool. Anyways, I'm currently working on a storm dock right here, which is, well, I'm not going to be working on that because it will take a long while doing that storm dock. In total, I have 43 views. And I joined on February 19th as my name account. As of right now, I have 8 videos, which is going to change within the future. I'm 15 years old in a small town some people don't even know called North Lewisburg. Yes, I go to Triad High School. It's not that cool of a school to go to. Well, it is cool of a school. I don't know why I said that, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty good to go to. In my honest opinion, though, West Liberty was probably the best school to go to. Even though I crashed out there like 500 times. So, yeah. And right here are my goals. So far, I've only completed 2. intercept the Foreman Tornado, and chase the EF-0. Right now, all of these goals right here are not done yet. And then if you have any questions, please Gmail me at this direct Gmail. Sorry, I had to yell at my cat. My hand hurts after that, though, so... Right here we have the website. I'm currently working on this as we speak. This is going to change within probably a few years. The reason why this looks like a cardinal is because I forgot to add Woodstock. All I could see on the map was Cable, Mingo, West Liberty, Rosewood, St. Paris, Urbana, and Mechanicsburg. I couldn't see anything else. I'm leaving Urin out of this. Urin already has enough. And only try to... And when I go storm chasing, I don't have a truck. So I go out as my own safety and I wait until hail comes in. Well, I'm inside when hail comes in usually. I put my storm chasing name and everything around it with Philippians 4:13, as I said earlier. I want to offer all my life to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And nothing's massive happened. I actually do address the Woodstock here. And then right here I have Jesus is King, praise the Lord. Everything around this is going to be about Jesus. I'm going to talk about Jesus when I get my truck. So if you're invited and you don't want to hear about Jesus, well, actually, here's how you'll get invited. You'll get a Gmail. That's how. That's the only way of contact I currently have. But ChasersX, we put our thing around Christian stuff. If you don't like it, grow up. I'm doing it. Grow up and realize that Christianity is free around this nation. As you can see right here, I have copyright for ChasersX, which actually we're going to get to that in a while. The websites I use right now are AccuWeather, the College of DuPay, and Pivotal Weather. My radar apps is My Radar and WS4000. Which, if I get my channel to go live when I'm 16, of course, I can start live streaming stuff after school. NOAA Weather Radio. I have 2 NOAA Weather Radios. Or as pronounced an NOAA Weather Radio. If you're just TTS. The cameras I want right now. The camera I currently have is an iOS. These 2 are cameras I wish I had, which is a GoPro and a Canon camera. The trucks I have is not here yet. My dream truck right now is a Ford F-150, especially the one from 2010. Favorite drinks are sweet tea, chocolate milk, And I, for some reason, put chocolate milk again. That's just how much I love it. And then I like regular milk and water. Now down here is interesting because I have a favorite energy drink. My most favorite is Bloom, and my second favorite is Alani. And it's probably the best drink I've had. Once again, guys, this is copyrighted. I'll get to that, though. Sorry if I'm saying that a lot. I'm trying to. I tried to put and. I wrote the wrong letter, so I'll have to go back and fix that. Jesus first, obey the Lord. Yes. Right here are the two links you would see on the channel. YouTube link. And for some reason it's not working. It's because this was my old. Because my name is this. So this is my old. This is my new. So I have to go back and fix that. Then we have a documentary about my storms right now. And right here is where it all comes. I'm going to fix this real quick. There we go. Now we're getting to the copyright. This was all written by Wikipedia. I just didn't feel like typing all this. And I'm going to mention this. I'm going to mention this one time. All videos that are made by me in the ChasersX team, because I plan to form a team when I reveal my truck, it's copyrighted as April 2026. So even the videos in March are copyrighted. If you have copied my video or my idea, well, my idea is basically Storm Jason. But if you copied my idea, like, for example, word to word, in Ford F-150, that one's going to be hard. Anyways, that's besides the point. If you copy my words, that's how easy it is. Without credit, you're going to get sued. Your video is going to get taken down. In the United States, copyright grants monopoly. You can read the rest of this. I don't care about reading this. I really don't want to read this. I'm pretty tired. That's why. The United States offer right here. This is written by Wikipedia. If you want to use our videos that bad for edits, please ask permission at this Gmail. I check this Gmail not that often, but if I manage to see the same Gmail, then cool. Over here, we have the amount of times a tornado happened. In 2019, I was just 9 years old when I chased my first tornado. It ended up being an EF0, and as the text said, and it did not last long. And then this was recent. This, but shorter. Nothing happened, that's why. And then this one's also shorter because nothing happened. Nothing really happens around Champaign County. The only time I've chased a tornado was in Champaign County. I used to live in Urbana, but now I don't. And I'm proud I don't because I heard stories there. Anyways, that's all I wanted to show you guys. If you like this channel... Oh, I have to talk about this. Just real quickly. Right here. Everyone, you're going to see this a lot. If I'm trying to get support for something I can't afford, like a truck or my let me check. Let me check how much it is. It's on Amazon. Right now, my Amazon has a GoPro Hero 6, a USB-C to HDMI cable, an HDMI video capture card, and a GoPro car mount. And do you want to know what that all sums up to? $187. And with taxes and shipping, it's $208. And as I'm recording this, in Cash App, I have 13 cents. That's not a lie, I really do. In Venmo, I have $0. I really do. People are going to say that I'm lying, but I actually do. This is because some kids in teenagers' years tries to waste them. I'm trying to enjoy every moment of my teenager years before I have to pay taxes. So, I'm going to start putting that up if I need support. To buy stuff. Because I can't do this on my own. And it's getting freaking repetitive asking my mom for money. She is trying to keep this house fed right now. That is why we live in a town that is not protective. The church is the only thing we have for shelter. Or we have a girl's house that we know. I forgot her name. She's my aunt. I remembered her name, but she's my aunt. So that's why I put these two here. So that I can finally make money on my own. Because when I go into this real world and I'm like old, I'm gonna have to work. Well, I'm mainly gonna be doing this for quite some time, but that's besides the point. I'm going to have to work as a storm chaser. And I can't get paid right now because I'm not monetized. And I think it's clear that I'm not monetized. But it's also because I'm 15 years old. I'm 15 years old, storm chasing in a mobile home. that next part wasn't important. But you get the point. Now, do I plan to show my face? I'd say when I'm 18. ChasersX is what I'm building. Another place where I plan to take this, I plan to bring my ideas to schools because that duck and cover stuff won't work. I'm telling you guys. I mean, I'm not trying to make this sound like I'm a boss, but I'm telling you guys that duck and cover stuff, when a tornado actually forms and starts going straight after the school, won't work. Because we've seen what Joplin looks like. It ripped up a school, and if students were in there, they would be getting hit with trash cans. And they would go flying into the tornado. I'm also going to try and bring this up with trailer parks. Like, for example, the one in Bell Fountain, the one in the town I'm currently living in. And I am going to make sure that there's at least a bunker so that these people can stay safe. Because not much people has time. I don't care if it's just one bunker in the middle of there, in the middle of town, or one bunker right next to the city hall, or whatever they call that. Well, not the city hall. This isn't really a city. I don't care if it's right next to the whatever the heck, their office. I don't care. These people in trailer parks need to be protected. And these people in schools need to be protected. Back to the school thing, ducking and covering won't work. And you know what? Where is it?
I'm ready for some dominoes and...
Shut up.
I can't believe my mom replied.
Nope. We're talking about something right now. And we don't need the ads. Okay. I want you guys to show me if a student was right here, if they would fall back or not. There. That trash can moved. So let's say a student was back there ducking and covering. They would be hit and they would probably be struck because the wind was so hard. It would probably be struck. By the way, I just want to make this clear. Some people think that Joplin was burned by fire and then remade. Joplin was picked up by a tornado and then rebuilt. Don't get it mixed up. And Joplin was probably the most scariest thing to ever go through. So for those trying to act tough and say, Joplin wasn't the most scariest thing, yes, it was. It probably was. I've seen Doug Hopper's footage. I've seen Mr. Emer's footage. It was probably scary because they had to hear the winds. Right here, we got stuff flying out. And sorry, I'm also kind of dealing with allergies right now. I know it's not much. I know it's just paper. But look what comes crashing in through the hallway. Wait for it. It slams into the hall. Now tell me if a student would be able to stay there. There probably would be a couple. But the weakest one would probably fall and get picked up by the tornado. This is how serious I'm taking my thing. Schools, your duck and cover stuff doesn't work, and I don't know how much I have to burn it in your head. It won't work. I asked students in there if a tornado comes, well, the duck and cover stuff won't work, and they all agreed no. I've asked all the students in the school I go to, they all agreed no. Now, sure, a tornado hasn't actually come ripping through a triad. One day it could. And they think we can hide in the hallway when we have glass doors at the bottom of the hallway or at the end of the hallway. That's not effective. We need to make like a bunker. I don't care if it's outside. Well, maybe I do care if it's outside. It depends on how big the tornado is and how close it is. Anyways, you either go on that side. You gotta make one for the elementary school too, because the kids cannot go from the middle school to high school. You also gotta make one for the middle schoolers. The middle schoolers actually, Triad actually does have a bunker or a basement, but that's besides the point. Some schools don't have basements. Excuse me. Excuse me again. And you see how catastrophic that is? I would get picked up in like 5 seconds. As a matter of fact, students would get picked up. I am a person who knows stuff. Ducking and covering won't work. This is just one footage. There's more footages. A Texas school got ripped. An Oklahoma school got ripped. Their gym got absolutely demolished. And they were saved by a bus driver. Little kids were saved by a bus driver. Parents, sometimes when tornadoes form near a school, have to worry about their kids dying. Well, they probably will still worry about that when we have basements, but they'll be safe. This is my plan. There's going to be a first door. There's going to be a first room. This is where the door is at. There's going to be a second room. So if the tornado gets too extreme, all the kids can go in the second room. We don't have to do that duck and cover stuff because we'd be in an underground bunker or basement, whatever it's called. Now, schools, if you really do want to follow along with this place, note that I don't care where you put it. Keep your students safe. I'm not trying to tell you how to run a school. I'm trying to lessen tornado deaths. Seriously, I am. That's the whole plan with ChasersX. That's the plan. If you're serious about keeping your students safe, during severe weather, then build a bunker. Because ducking and covering won't work. What, is a tornado gonna go, oh no, they're ducking and covering, I have to go to a different spot now? No! It's just gonna rip through the school like an average building because it doesn't care. If everyone's ducking and covering and a tornado comes ripping through, everyone is cooked like a rotisserie chicken on a Tuesday. I had to take one of my students. Okay, I have a friend in my class and he says that all the time, so I had to do it. Right here. It shows even more ripping. And the fire alarms are going off. I don't know how you don't make a bunker after that. Schools took notes from Joplin. They knew what was up. But most schools keep their dumb rule. Just duck and cover, and you'll be fine. I don't know if the National Weather Service made that. I don't even know if they even came up with that idea. It doesn't work. Here, I'll show you. Here, let's read this. 2025. So this is new. I have this on. That's why it looks like that. Plan. Practice. Monitor. Act. Make a plan. Develop a shelter that doesn't have that includes these are the most dangerous locations to be: roof failure, breaking glass, flying debris. This right here is what Triad has. And I could see it at Triad Middle School. So we need to be protecting people. But I'm reading this, and I don't see anything that says duck and cover. Develop shelter and evacuation thresholds. It literally tells schools to develop shelter. It doesn't say duck and cover. It says lie face down, flat, on the ground, and cover their head. Now, I'm sorry if I'm getting a little ragey. It's just that you have to take this stuff serious. But that's all I wanted to point out. That's mainly what I'm making ChasersX for. It's also to protect schools and protect facilities. Because clearly schools aren't doing enough. any moment, tornadoes can strike. And tornadoes, as I know, aren't friendly. So, that's all I have to say. This is my introduction to ChasersX and what I'll be doing. See you guys.